40% of residents here live in substandard quarter. The $2,600 average yearly earnings are the lowest. 75% unemployment. Death from alcoholism is 9 times the national average. Life expectancy here, 15 years less than most Americans.
These breathtaking and disturbing words open the native-made movie, Skins. The images behind the words come from both Skins as well as the Hollywood-made movie, Thunderheart. Both movies take place in and around the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. This is my first semester at the University of Minnesota. I am a junior, and because of my great experiences in my classes at Normandale Community College, I decided to explore Native American studies this fall. Now I am more interested than ever, so I have chosen Native American Studies as my major. During one of my classes, we viewed a PBS American Experience documentary called We Shall Remain. It's about the occupation of Wounded Knee in 1973 and also looks at the historical massacre there in 1890. Wounded Knee is in the center of the Pine Ridge Reservation. I found the documentary to be very powerful. An irony that fits with history is that, quote, the federal government failed to make good on many of the promises that ended the siege, end quote. Additionally, however, quote, the event succeeded in bringing the desperate conditions of Indian reservation life to the nation's attention, end quote. Learning about Wounded Knee and the conditions of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation led me to want to see these two movies, Skins and Thunderheart. Even though they are both dramatic murder mysteries with the goal of entertaining people, they both depict conditions and issues of Pine Ridge. Specifically, they both highlight exploitation of the Indians. Skins is primarily focused on the effects of the exploitation over time and the toll it continues to take on individuals and the community as a whole. Thunderheart centers on the continuing exploitation. In this case, it's mining rights for uranium. It exposes the U.S. government's part in the exploitation at two levels, through the legal system and through corrupt people within the system. In this digital essay, I will talk first a bit about how I see the two movies as being different from each other. In my opinion, the differences are more superficial. So after that, I will offer some of what I see at a deeper level, and with that, how these two seemingly very different movies have much in common. First, here are some fairly obvious ways these movies are different. The two directors come from distinctly different backgrounds, generations, and levels of experience. They bring these differences to their storytelling. Chris Iyer, the director of Skins, is Native American himself and is an enrolled member of the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes. Thus, he understands Native culture well. He doesn't try to dress up or romanticize the circumstances of life on Pine Ridge. Instead, he offers a stark portrayal. For example, he begins the movie with the stats that open this story about unemployment, alcohol abuse, and the high suicide rate. He keeps the movie local at Pine Ridge and the surrounding areas of a Nebraska border town and the Black Hills. His cast is almost entirely Native American, and many appear to be amateurs. The few white actors he uses have important but minor roles such as storekeepers. The nuance here is that we notice where the Native American money goes, to white merchants. Skins, based on a novel by Adrian C. Lewis, doesn't show much other direct exploitation. Michael Apted, on the other hand, is of a different generation and culture than Iyer. He is in his 70s and was born in England. He has directed both social issue movies as well as popular entertainment. While Thunderheart also takes place mostly in and around Pine Ridge, it also extends to Washington, D.C. The movie is a fictionalized account of actual events that occurred in 1973. For example, AIM, which stands for American Indian Movement, is called ARM in the movie. ARM stands for Aboriginal Rights Movement. Though he does bring in history through Ray's vision, the way Apted portrays the exploitation is more in terms of current-day issues of uranium and of power that is attained through violence. Of the Goons, for example, Goon stands for Guardians of the Oglala Nation. They are mostly intimidating half-blood Indians who carry guns and are in cahoots with the corrupt tribal government leader and FBI agent. That's one of the only things that's kept the same as the actual name. Apted has frequent shoot-'em-up scenes, somewhat like the old cowboy and Indian movies. Apted also uses many more actors than Iyer, and many of them have acting careers. Most of his characters fall easily into being either the good guys or the bad guys.